As you know, now like Asia wants to put training effectiveness to be a focus.
And this is for the trainer, right?
Yeah. So that, as yesterday you shared in our conventions about how to do it through the Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick, yeah.
So can you share to us 4 levels of Kirkpatrick?
Sure, okay. Is it recording? All right, as a training professional, I think it's very, very important to make sure that whatever you're doing generate results, right? And in LIMRA, we used to call training for results. So how do you know you were training for results, right? So LIMRA actually follow a Kirkpatrick model of training evaluation. Basically, it's a 4 levels evaluation of a training program after you deliver that particular program. From a very basic one, we call it level 1. Is basically, after you deliver a training, you want to find out, we call it the reactions of the participant. Whether they like your program or not, whether they like the trainers, whether they like, however you do it. So we call it level 1 reaction, all right? Usually this is very simple to measure. Most companies, as I see in the world, they use a simple, they call it a smile sheet. There's an evaluation, are you happy, not happy, grade 1 to 5. 5 being I'm very happy, 1 not so happy or not like it, things like that. So that is a good measurement for us to know and for us to gauge how good is this training on the surface level, from the experience level during the training. But that is not good enough. You should not stop there, all right? So you should go up to level number 2. Level number 2 is really to say that, participant after attending your program, did they really learn something from you? They are happy doesn't mean they learned, right? So you want to make sure that whatever you want to teach them, they learn. So how do you know that whether they learn something? This is what we call content mastery. So if you teach them prospecting, at the end of the day, they must know what is prospecting, right? Prospecting process, what should you do? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So how do you know that whether they learn? I mean, a couple of methodology you can use. One is to give them a test after the training, a simple test. Define prospecting. How many steps in prospecting? So it's a simple measurement. So number 1, you see whether they are happy. Level number 2, whether they actually learn. Now again, some companies do level 2, but I see a lot of companies do not do level 2. The third level, even a higher level, is to make sure if they have learned it, will they apply it? Now for me, this is probably the most important one. Because when you train skill-based program, right, what you want them to do is they learn something, they go out, they change their behavior, then apply something they have learned. And that is what I call application, level 3 application. Now, how do you measure this? This is a bit tough. You have to be a coordination with the agency leaders and as well as a business development out there in the provinces, all right? You must be able to provide them a system or tools for them to track, for them to observe, right? For example, you train a group of new agents for 3 days, right? You measure level 1, they are very happy with your training. You do them a simple test, they pass the test perfectly, 100%. Then when they go back to their agency leader or to their provinces or their agency officers, you want to make sure they apply what they have learned, right? So what you should do is, training teams should work very closely with leaders as well as the business development executive. They must coordinate it. They must be taught how to guide the agents who just attended your training to apply a certain skill set. That's why for us, if you want to do level 3 properly and professionally, you must always train the agency leader first. Because when the agency leader will train on a skill set, when this agent go back, they should be able to continue to guide them, to help them to apply the knowledge that they learned. So this is called level 3. We call it application, all right? So level 1, very quickly, they like your training, they understand the content. Number 3, they apply the content. Now, if you can do these 2 and 3 well, Normally, the level 3 is tougher. If they can actually apply what they learn, then you are ready to measure level 4, which is a higher level. So what does that mean? Level 4 ready is to document that the result they have generated after they have applied whatever they have learned. So the level 4 is a result, means what? If you recall what I say, training for results means they are increasing in productivity. They bring in more cases. Even the case size is bigger, for example, right? And we call it return of investment. And you all know training is a very expensive proposition. The fact that we put 30 people in one classroom, spend 3 days feeding them, give them accommodation, it costs you a lot of money. So you want to make sure that, whatever investment you put into this training, you want to get back some return. So the best return is they apply what they have learned and they see the performance improvement in their own practices, and I think you will do a good job if you can measure the ROI of your training results, okay? So as a training professional, trust me, as I mentioned in my presentation, your job is so important, all right? You don't want to do it for the sake of motion, for the sake of activity. If I'm the training head, I will not measure how many training programs you deliver. I want to see how effective you are as a trainer. And to know whether you are very good trainers, I have 4 levels to look at you. All right? So ultimately, the only way to make a difference is to do your job in level 1, 2, 3, and 4. But to do that, you must have a proper system. You must make sure the agency leaders learn what agents is going to learn so that they can apply the level 3, all right, to help them to support the content application. So I look forward to see Manulife to have a wonderful training effectiveness and excellent results to prove to the industrial and to the company, you guys are the best trainer, not just for the sake of deliver 100 classes. That is not a good trainer because that was just an activity. So we have a system in our business, level 1, 2, 3, 4, to help you to measure how good you are in your training program. Oh, absolutely. There are a lot of benefits. It's a win-win-win situation, right? As a trainer, you want to see what value you bring, right, to your student, to the company, and to this industry. And the only way to make sure that you are really bringing value to the company, at the same time to yourself, because you are now a professional. You become very effective and efficient, right? Effective means what? Doing the right thing. So you do the right thing, your agents learn something, they apply it, they produce result. That is the right thing, right? Efficiency means what? You become better and better. And then when you are doing better, your student benefited from it. So as a trainer, there's no brainer. You have to do all this measurement to make sure that you are the best, not only for yourself, right? It's for the benefit of yourself, agents, the company, and the industry. So as I say, you are very, very different than any other profession because you can change the industry. So the biggest benefit, I would say, is a win-win-win-win situation and value proposition for everybody involved in this business.
Thanks a lot, Andy. It is very helpful for us.
Sure, I hope you get something out of this. And Manulife is the best. I'm very impressed. Keep up the good work.